What is the smallest, pettiest hill you'll still die on? Bank of America charged me $2 for a miscellaneous charge, in 1997. I called to ask what it was for because there was no reason. The lady on the phone said, "Well, I can't tell you because it is miscellaneous." I asked her to then please reverse it and she refused. I pulled all 3 of my accounts from them and moved them to a credit union and ever since, full stop, refused to have a damn thing with that company. Don't wave me through the 4-way stop to be nice, just take your goddamn turn. It's common courtesy to wait for someone to come off the elevator before entering. Hill I will die on. When a kid has a birthday, only he gets to blow out the candles. It infuriates me to my very soul when I see other kids try to blow them out. The only thing worse is when adults let them. Ex-Trump supporters, what made you change your mind? Not me, but my aunt. She was MAGA all the way until the pandemic. She is a retired nurse and thinks Trump did a horrible job with COVID causing many deaths. January 6th. Most embarrassing shit I've ever seen in my life. I got divorced and realized that my ex-wife was a legitimate narcissist. As I learned about cluster B personality disorders and narcissism, I realized that all of the tactics they use is exactly what Trump does. My mom voted Trump the first time. She hated the Clintons and is a Republican military spouse. She became extremely anti-Trump after January 6th. She was losing faith in him leading up to that point, but that was definitely the biggest breaking point. She now argues with her friends who still support him. What's a company secret you can share now that you don't work there? Maple sap can be trucked in from other states, and where it's turned from sap to syrup decides on the state it comes from, not the location of the trees. Used to work at a graphic design firm. All our Adobe software was pirated. I used to work for a company that rhymes with Musbeed, and we used to have somebody post this question every few months for material for one of our clickbait articles. I used to work surveillance at a casino. From something like 3 stories high ceiling, we could zoom in on money on the table games and read the serial numbers of the bills. We could see the pips on the dice. Policy was to not look down blouses. Inbound call center. Though we are currently experiencing an unusually high call volume, message is permanent. They just didn't staff adequately. What song are you currently obsessed with? On Melancholy Hill, Gorillaz. Don't Fear the Reaper, Blue Oyster Cult. Don't You Forget About Me, Simple Minds. The Chain, Fleetwood Mac. Before that, Shum Go _A. Tinnitus, by My Brain. Edit. Thanks peeps. 3. As someone who suffers from intermittent tinnitus, I'll share a tip I read here on Reddit years ago. Put your palms over your ears so they make a good seal with your fingers on the back of your head. Then tap the back of your head with all your fingers simultaneously multiple times, like 5 seconds or so. The ringing stops. Repeat as necessary. I just discovered them, but what once was by hers is so good. Nice try, Vecna. What's the most unethical life hack you know? Just before COVID, my son worked at a multinational that had posh reception areas with coffee machines, large TVs running the company's products and advances all day, and always smart receptionists. One day a van pulls up with 3 blokes in it, all in high-vis and clean smart workwear. They show their work order to the receptionist and get on with removing 4x70 TV screens and a projector, all for upgrades and replacements. To this day, neither the blokes, van or TVs have been seen again. Just walk out like you own it comes to mind. The receptionists were not sacked, but from then on everyone who came to that facility had to be checked properly. Have a large, professional-looking camera. Get a bright vest that says press on it. Make an ID. Go to town. Almost free access anywhere.